Well, hey, railheads. Hey, I watched a guy sponge painting a parking lot the other day, and I thought, hey, maybe I could combine that technique with wet on wet and improve my roads. Well, stick around, see what happened. That's next on my Finger Lakes Railway layout. Well, it was Montana Northern Railroad doing this on his channel. He was painting on the thin, flexible foam sheets that you can get at Michael's. I tried it on a styrene because I already had a styrene road. And I had good texture on the road, but the color was too uniform. So I had tried this Asphalt product from Ammo several years ago before I knew about the Golden products. It's just a colored acrylic texture paste, and maybe a little cheaper than Golden. Now here's my road. You see what I mean about it being just too monochromatic? And here's the test piece I'm working on. Got 3 or 4 different techniques going on here, trying different things. Like that real bright one, that's just way too much bright paint. One on that far left is pretty nice. I kind of like that. One there in the middle is like really dirty. I was trying to keep notes as I went so I could figure out in the end what worked and what didn't. So what we're doing here first is a light gray, just sponging it on. And then I'm going to go back over that with a darker color, of a pavement color of craft paint. Then I'll come back with the Vallejo Model Air and do the wet on wet technique. I really like how random you can be with this technique. It's really making the texture pop too. Okay, so far so good. Well, now let's take it to the next level with some wet on wet Vallejo Model Air. And I know I've mentioned before how I use the Vallejo Airbrush Flow Improver for shooting VMA paint, but it also works as a wetting agent for the wet on wet brush painting. Just add a few drops to some regular water. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever really shown this before, but here's plain water, and you see how it just beads up on the styrene? Now that's what your paint's going to do. And now here's our wet water. You see how you can brush it out on the styrene? And I know some people will put a little drop of Dawn dish soap into some water, but I think you get more bubbles that way. Oh, and hey, you know what? While I was editing this, I just thought of something. I've heard of people using like the rinse aid that you put in a dishwasher. And so I went and got some out of my pantry and actually tried it on a piece of styrene. And it's not as good as the Flow Improver, but your results may vary. So I guess the bottom line is if you shoot Vallejo Model Air through an airbrush and you do wet on wet brush painting, then you got a 2-for-1 deal there. So go ahead and get that Flow Improver. If you don't shoot the VMA in the airbrush, then try the dish soap, try the dishwasher stuff. Try the Golden wetting agent, see what works best for you. And if you get a little carried away with the water, like you saw me do there a minute ago, just take a paper towel and dab some of it off there, and just keep going, get in the zone, and get it to where it looks right for you. Of course, this will look a lot better when it's dry. You can put a little fan on it, that'll help things. And you can always come back and do some more. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing here. The light's not real good, but I'm working on the layout now. I did have a piece of the grade crossing. I'd removed that and put it on my bench. It was just a lot easier to film. Now here's a better angle. Here you can see I've got that whole stretch of road sponge painted. And I've just got like the first 5 or 6 inches done with the wet on wet. Well, I'm done with the road, but I'm kind of in the scenery zone, so why stop now? Let's keep going and maybe do something with this shoulder of this road now. It doesn't really fit right. Well, I didn't really like how that was coming out, so I got out the Tamiya flat earth. Once you get some momentum going with this stuff, it's kind of hard to stop. Okay, we got the spray bottle going now. Look out. I think it's going to rain. You know, when I go to the layout to do some scenery, I never really go to it and think, okay, I'm going to do this one section from start to finish today. It's more multiple passes over maybe even multiple years, coming back as your skills develop, as you learn new techniques and you get better. And then you look around and think, oh, I could make this a lot better. And so it's just another pass, and time goes by, and maybe you come back again and again. So that's how I approach it, kind of like layers. And sometimes you come back the next day. Man, the shoulder of this road, I can't seem to get it right. So I'll just keep on working it. I'll give it a little flat earth, kind of help tie it together and blend things in. And hey, I gotta give a shout out here to the Wizard of Fort Langley. Without him, my layout wouldn't look anything like this today. So he's the reason I've been able to take it to another level. So hats off to him. And I'm talking about Boomer, right? Well, I had a lot of fun on this little side project. I was really in the mood to do it, and that's when I do my best work, is when I'm really into it. So I think I made a lot of progress. It's not like a night and day difference, but over time, what you do will make a big difference in the end. So don't give up, don't get discouraged, just keep on going. So this was before, and now this is after. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for getting me up to the 3,000 mark on subscribers. Appreciate that. It's all you guys that did that, not me. So thanks for sticking with me. See y'all next time. Take care.